Hello beauties, it's Brittany. I have a little bit of a sore throat today, so if I start to sound like I'm breaking up or anything like that, that is why. Let's hope and pray I'm not getting a cold. But I grabbed some tea. I recommend you do the same, and I have a haul video to share with you. I've kind of picked up a few things here and there in the past 2 or 3 months, and I'm going to share these things with you and give you some thoughts because I have played around with some of them. First up is Ulta. Does this bag make anybody else extremely happy? Let's first get the non-drugstore item out of the way. I picked up the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I have the shade Fair Beige, which is actually a little bit too light for underneath my eye area. I used it today for the second time. I used it on above another concealer though, so I don't think the combination of the two looks all that great. I'll have to wear this more and kind of share my thoughts with you at a later date. My first initial reactions are it is very high coverage. The applicator is massive. This is like a lifetime supply. I turn it on its side and do very, very tiny dots all along like the triangle underneath my eye to brighten, illuminate, conceal, highlight, all of that jazz. I like the packaging. The doe foot applicator is a little insane, but I will again have to use this more and investigate with other kind of combinations of powders and primers and things like that. Now the rest is actually drugstore. I actually picked up the EcoTools little sponge guys. I like these. This is supposed to be similar to the Beauty Blender. The shape is different. It has a flat side and then like a smaller flat side. Then the tip is just totally flat. And I do feel like these apply my foundation really well. They hold a good amount of water without being, too saturated. They also disperse the product evenly throughout the skin. It doesn't look patchy or wonky. It doesn't pick up any extra product once you've already applied it to the skin. My only issue with this is that I've washed it twice now and it is already tearing. That is one of the things that I find other brands just cannot compete with the Beauty Blender with. My Beauty Blenders can last me a ridiculous amount of time. This guy, I've washed it twice and it's already ripping and tearing. So although the smaller one has not had any rips or tears or anything, I like the shape at the tip here because it fits perfectly under the eye. So I like it. It's working well. It applies the product well. I like the shape, but the tearing is not a good sign. I picked up a face moisturizer. This is from Formula 1006, and I actually talked about a face mask in my February favorites, and I really liked the brand and I wanted to try more from them, so I picked up this daily moisturizer. It has guava and vitamin C, and the claims are, this lightweight moisturizer provides hydration and sun protection in one. Superfruit guava refines pores and promotes clear skin, while vitamin C moisturizes and smooths, an everyday must-have for perfectly protected and balanced skin. I have very dry skin, but I do get oily in my T-zone, so I need a moisturizer that is really good for balance because I need those really dry areas to seem moisturized, but I don't want to be over oily or anything like that. I like the scent of this. I actually used it on top of my everyday moisturizer today just because I wanted to give it a try. I do feel like it did fill in my pores a little bit in the areas where they are very enlarged, but I will continue to use this. I'll have to see if it kind of makes me break out or anything because that is a trend that I have with moisturizers because my skin is very sensitive. I've been dying to try this primer. This is the Milani Prime Light Face Primer, strobing and pore minimizing, oil free. The claims are prime skin to create a smooth canvas before applying any foundation, hydrates and instantly brightens lackluster skin, can be applied post foundation for additional radiance, lightweight with a natural luminous finish, universally flattering glow, and does not clog pores. I did put a little bit on top of my cheekbones today above my foundation just to see if that claim was true. It did kind of pick up my blush a little bit, so I would recommend putting it on before any blush or other highlighter if you are going to use it above your foundation. But I used it underneath all over the skin. It does have a nice luminosity to it. It also does have a little bit of stick to it that makes me feel like it's going to keep my foundation on longer. What it makes me think of is my Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat gold primer. I love this stuff, but it's very, very expensive. The Milani one is definitely not as pink and has a lot less of a glow, but it is very similar. You get 1 fluid ounce in this and you get 1.7 in the Peter Thomas Roth, but this, I think it's like $65. Just a guess. I'll put the real price right here. But this one was $9.99 and it goes on sale at CVS, Walgreens, places like that. I saw Rach Loves use this concealer, so I had to pick it up. It is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick Concealer. I have the shade Follow Your Bisque, and when I hear bisque, I think of correction, and it also has the word correction on the other side of the package here. And so I did use it underneath my foundation today to kind of correct any blueness or discoloration, and I do feel like it does a good job. I tried to look up some claims of this, and the only thing that it kind of says is that it is a cream to powder finish. They released this along with a range of contour sticks and blush sticks, so the claims on the website are kind of with all of those in mind. So it does say cream to powder finish, opaque, easy to blend, great formula, so on and so forth. But I don't feel like this worked all that well with the Tarte Shape Tape, but it could just be because they both are a thicker consistency. So I'll have to play around with this guy some more and use it kind of on its own to see how it really performs. A concealer I've been using for like 2 or 3 weeks now is the CoverGirl Clean Invisible Concealer, and I have the shade Fair Clear, and I got this to replace my Maybelline Fit Me. I love the Maybelline Fit Me, it is my dream, but I feel like I need to mix it up a little bit. So I'm trying something new. This is definitely not as high coverage. It does last pretty long. It doesn't dry out any areas of my skin, which I really like because I do have dry skin. Some concealers can make me look even more dry. This does not do that, but it doesn't have as much coverage as the Maybelline Fit Me. Doe Foot applicators are my favorite, so I was glad to see this product had it. It's actually one of the reasons that I chose this one out of all of the other concealers at the drugstore. I used this guy on my eye today because I've been so excited to find this. This is the e.l.f. Molten Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Rose Gold. It comes with a little doe foot applicator. You can just pop it right on the eyelid, which is what I did today. This is definitely more pink than rose gold. I feel like it's not super opaque. I also do have a little bit on my inner corner. If you are doing it in a very concentrated area, it does produce a lot of color, opacity, but if you are sweeping it on the lid, it can tend to look a little bit patchy, at least on my eyes. So I have this on, like I said, underneath these shadows today. It's not overly liquidy or anything like that, so I do feel like it's going to set in place really well and not cause any creasing or smudging or smearing, so very, very stoked about this, and it's super, super inexpensive. And look at this teal lid. Love it. I did pick up a liquid eyeliner. This one is L'Oreal Infallible Paint in the shade Wild Green, and one of my coworkers said that she really likes this range. It's definitely new at the drugstore, and I went with the green because I have so many black liners. I want to like bring some color into my life. I have this on today, but it does really, really match the eyeshadow that I have, so this isn't standing out as much as I would hope. I'm going to have to play around with this with just like a champagne shade on the lid and then use this as that pop of color, but I feel like it'll bring some more uniqueness to my everyday looks as opposed to just a classic black liner. I have a lip liner on underneath this lip color today. This is the Maybelline Color Sensational Dusty Rose Lip Liner. I don't really like this lip liner. It is a little hard to work with. It kind of pulls and tugs at the lips a little bit, and I feel like it's sticky. I've never experienced a sticky lip liner before, but this feels sticky. Could I say sticky one more time? So I did use it to line my lips and fill them in today, and then I was kind of feeling like it was sticking together, and then like my lips were having to be like pulled apart. It does come with a sharpener on the base of the product if you do want to sharpen it, because it is a twist up liner, but do I love it? I don't. Will I probably try to use it again? Yeah, probably. Second product from Maybelline is this palette right here, and this is their Master Blush Color and Highlighter Kit, and it is in the shade number 10. I only saw one available, but it comes with a highlighter and 3 blushes. All 3 blushes do have a satin finish. I have some of them on today. I'll show you a little clip of me applying them. Applied it with just a fluffy blush brush. They applied super well. I talk way too fast, and it causes me to like mesh words together really often if you haven't noticed, but this highlighter definitely reminds me of the one that is in their contour kit that I reviewed a while back when they were releasing all of these contour palettes at the drugstore. So I'll have that video listed below and in the cards here if you're interested in checking that out. But I do really like Maybelline powder products. I feel like they last really well, they are opaque, and they don't feel like chalky or kind of cakey or anything like that on the skin, and they do pack a really nice color punch. So along with those blushes and highlighters, I have this guy. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Lilac to Reality. Now they did have another one of these that was just definitely more pink toned, and while that would be what I generally would gravitate towards, I thought I would get out of my comfort zone a little bit, play with some purple, and then I realized when I got home that it is very, very similar to the purple in the Anastasia Moonchild palette. hopefully I will show you a little swatchy doodle, guys, so you can see how similar they really are. I have it on my cheeks today. I'm actually going to put a little more on because I'm feeling sick and I feel like my skin is not very glowy or radiant. But this guy was about $5, and I love Wet n Wild highlighters. They can be a little glittery sometimes, but I don't feel like this one is. But I do feel like I am a little blue now. Blue and being sick, probably not the best combination. Now these were sent to me, and I am going to do a video on these very soon. It's the Infallible Lip Paints, and I have a swatch video coming your way, so make sure you click that notification bell down below so that you're notified when that video does go live. I also have 7 of the L'Oreal quads, and I will have a swatch video up on these very soon also. So again, click that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Click that notification bell if you want to see swatches of all of these. The ones I have are French Biscuit, Silver Couture, Violet Amour, which is beautiful purple, Hoot Hazel, and this is what I actually have on my eyelids today. Let me show you what these look like. They're really, really pretty. I used this gorgeous matte in the crease to create like that cut crease look. And then I have this gorgeous shimmery shade right on the lid. I do have a glitter in the crease as well, but this performed beautifully. Then I have Avant Garde, and then I have Avenue de Rose, which is my favorite, and then Bordeaux Charm, and this one's kind of your classic golds. So stay tuned for swatches on those guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below. Also, leave me some video requests if you want to see a video featuring any of these products other than what I showed you today. I hope the clips and everything were helpful. I know that that's super helpful for me when I'm watching a haul to kind of like actually see how it's performing. So if you like that, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys! Mwah.